Yeah, we're gonna break down some things today. We're gonna talk about abomination to desolation, and we're gonna show everybody what's really going on in the world. They might take this down, so you're gonna have to watch it, put it, send it to another file, or send it to someone else. But this is hot. This is celestial knowledge. Only elite have this information. Um, this is something that you just can't get from no anyone. This is very, very high profile information. So be careful who you share this with, because everybody don't have this information that I'm about to explain to you. Okay, now, okay, now, the, Christ said He returned 1,000 years. Okay, 1,000 years is 365,000 days. So you break down the 365,000. Just break down the 65 from the three. That's 11. So that brings you 311. So when COVID came, that was March 11, 2020. Now, the March 11, 2020, that was related to the 70 weeks of Daniel. Okay, the 70 weeks of Daniel started in 1948 to 2018. Okay, the last week of Daniel's 70 weeks prophecy was 2018, where Donald Trump removed the embassy from Tel Aviv and put it to Jerusalem. Now, when he sent it to Jerusalem, it was chaos started. In 2019, that's the beginning of the first hour. So that's where we at now. Let's see. Man of sin. Okay, that's his time. The man of sin comes right here, related to the weeks, related to your agreement. Okay, so when he came in 2016, 3.5 years later, they made Donald Trump. So that 3.5 years foreshadowed Satan's work. So that 3.5 years was called March 11. Then that was COVID, the falling away, the pandemic. This is out of 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, 9 through 12. He put them on a strong illusion to be damned, to agree. So when he puts you on a strong illusion, you agreed right here at the 9. The 9 is agreement number. We journey from whatever agreement that Jared Kushner brings in the Illuminati. This right here, people, let me explain something to you. This is information is not for anybody. This is high level information, and only, once again, only elite have this. Like I said, you might have to take this down. Be careful who you share this with. Okay, now your agreement was a 9. Okay, so and that reference 9 was in the first apostasy, 9/11, which is 2001. It brings you right here, the first apostasy. Now the great apostasy brings you right here, March 11, 2020. Now, the reason the timeline springs everything to 2020, because you add the 70 weeks, you take the 6 hours, and you take the last 7 years. 7 and 7 is 14 plus 6, that's 20. Boom, COVID-19 day, March 11. Right here, 20, March 11. Okay, then you got 1,000 years, people. 1,000 years, once again, is a 311. That's 365,000 days. So in other words, Satan is bound for 365,000 days. Christ will return is 365,000 days. So both of them is coming on the 311. Now, Jared Kushner, the man of sin, the lawless one, is 6 Jared Kushners, 5 doubles and 1 clone. This Jared Kushner spoke to you March 11. Once again, that was a COVID-19 day, falling away, out of 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, 9 to 12. Now, and in Revelation 17:17, and it clearly states, to give your powers over to the beast, or you be damned, where everybody be under one mind, till the word of God be fulfilled. Out of Daniel 7:5, when desolations are decreed, that's the 10. Israel had 9 wars already. This is the 10th war. So what happens when I get to everything come down to 25? Once you break the numerology down, you add the 3 threes, and you add all this together, and you got a 9 on one side and 6 on the other. Okay, so when you got that, you got the 15, and everything started at 15 once again. In 2015, the Euphrates River started drying up. Vladimir Putin became chief prince of the land. He was ready to step down. Okay, but he came back. The females turned to the lighter spirit, jumped in them. Everybody changing. Now, So the Euphrates River started drying up. Revelation 16:12, God told the 6 angels, pour out the bowl, devour, to dry up the Euphrates River so it make way for the kings from the east might be prepared for war. So now, here, you and your hours, start at 19. Who's coming in the hour? See, this right here, you and your hours, so this the rapture coming in the hours, okay? And the New World Order's in the last 7 years. And 311 is the beginning of the pandemic, falling away, the man of sin. So when you agree, you make him king of the West. So he's the leopard, he's the king of the West, Jared Kushner. Then you got the king of the North is Putin, and you got the king of the East is Iran, the king of the South is China. So you have 4 kings. It's not about presidents no more. Remember I told y'all in my last video. But now you add these up together, you got a 22, you got a 22 and 33. So I add them together. I breaks it down. It's to a 10. So you got the 10 breakdown for numerology up here, and then it takes you to 2025 where we at right now. So this is much confirmation that something's about to happen real soon. Possible rapture. But you in total from first apostasy when the towers hit. The towers, United States is in the Bible. Second Thessalonians, First Zephaniah, first chapter Zephaniah, and you read all the way down from 1 to 16. It's talking about the tower, speedy readiness, blood turned to dust, dust to dung. And with fish gate around it. And come on now, that's New York City. So here we go. Christ is coming. Rapture. Christ. Return. So Christ is returning here in these last hours right now. After these hours that we're in, you're in your darkest hour right now. So now after Christ returned to take the church home, the ones that made him Lord, that's what we come to get. Not the ones that just believe. The demons believe but yet tremble. So now the great apostasy started in 20. That's why it was called COVID-19, because it's 19 years later from 2001 to 2020. That's 19 again. The first hour started in 2019. That's 19 again. And 19 is also a spiritual protection number from God. I was born April 19. Okay, now you have the birth of Christ in 992. The crucifixion of Christ is in 2025. You got a total of 24 years from the first apostasy and the great apostasy. And you break the 24 down, that's a 6th numerology related to the 6th judgment that you're in now. So after the rapture, there's a 7th judgment. And that 7th, and it'll be silent. The Bible said it'll be silence in heaven for a half an hour, because they have to, but if in the great, if Yahweh, Father Yahweh, our great Father, will hand the scrolls to Christ. Christ will sit down and hand the scroll. Christ will open the seal. Once Christ opens the seal, he's going to release Satan with the same seal they bound him with. Revelation chapter 20, verse 1, 2, and 3. It clearly states 1, 2, and 3 that Satan will be bound for 1,000 years and be released for a little while. So that's that 311. Satan's returning right here. The devil. That's the devil. He's coming on the 311 too. So you got 311s, 3 of them. So what God did, put a timeline of all 3 of them ran together. You got COVID-19 started in 20, and if you break it down, they break it to 2025. So it's all real right here. So nobody know the day and the hour but God himself, Yahweh, Father in heaven. But there's additional, the disciples asked Christ when will return, when abomination make desolation. Abomination is your practice, y'all. You need to understand what abomination means. Abomination is a deep level of blindness. You know it's wrong, but you still go ahead and do it. Not eat it, not smoke your mask wearing. You know it's wrong, but you still go ahead. This is practice. Your practice, if you got a practice skill, that's abomination to God. If you practice going to see the doctor, that's abomination because of practice. You practice going to see church buildings, you say you're Christian, that's Catholic. Your practice in that building, that's abomination. Lay down, God said lay down all your practices. Practice is physical, it's a skill. Religion ain't no different than you working at McDonald's. You being a doctor, a football player, because it's a practice, a skill. God is not a skill. God wants you to exercise faith related to the strength of faith. He wants you to have the attitude of faith and walk by faith, because faith working threes. So now, okay, now we're up here. Everything started here. So behind each, this is also called a calamity, 311. So after each calamity, there's a spiritual cleaning process. But the 311, the 911 go together. The 911 goes together with your agreement out of Revelation 17:17. That's related to your agreement, people. When you also Trump, you break the numerology down to 17:17. It's a 16 breakdown to show what year he came with as president with Trump. Now, after you're in the gathering season, that's the first cleansing process. The second spiritual cleansing process is behind this 10:11 right here. After desolation, we're headed to a New Testament Exodus, people. So Hebrew Israelites, you say you're a Hebrew Israelite and people want to be with God. You have to understand, what do you need to do to stay in the spiritual cleaning process once this calamity comes, called a 10:11. Related to reference Bible in Isaiah 10:3. On the day of desolation versus visitation, who will you lead your pomp, your glory, your saviors with? Who will you lead it with? You can't leave nobody. Kids gonna be gone. So after this 10:11, the first 10:11 was the 10th plague came to Pharaoh, and Moses journeyed for 11 days. That's the first 10:11. This is your New Testament 10:11. So he's a process. This spiritual cleansing process related to Father Yahweh. This is his cleansing process here. Yahweh have this spiritual cleansing process related being grateful and faithful, because God he's big on faith. So you fast and prayer on the mountain. That's all you do on the mountain is fasting and prayer. You get there and you stay there. Get you 3 to 4 people. You get you a tent and you live there. You don't move off the mountain. It clearly stated in Matthew 24:17. Who leave what's on the rooftop. Don't even leave what's in it. Don't even come down. Don't even report to the field. Because whoever on that day, God is handing out invisible plane tickets to make it home. So it's important to flee to the mountains once Israel get desolated. This is a 10:11. This is a New Testament Exodus. This is the second spiritual cleaning process. The third calamity is going to be the rapture when Christ comes. And at the end of the hour, he's going to fulfill the 6th judgment. So after Christ comes, he takes us home and get ready for the third spiritual cleaning process, where you have like the Bible says, you have put on a new spiritual body, so you can see God. You see. This is Israelite 220.